You work for a medium to large size company that's in the market for a new phone system, but your company also has a pretty decent size call center, and you're looking into call center software and you're thinking about using companies like NICE CXone, Five9, Genesys, Talkdesk, some of the large vendors out there. But you're wondering, if we go with one of those solutions for our call center solution, how does that integrate with Microsoft Teams Phone? For instance, what if one of your call center agents gets a call and they need to transfer that call to somebody in accounting? How does that work? Is that person in accounting's extension listed in the call center software so it's easy to transfer it to them? Is the call center agent able to see if that person in accounting is available? Are they on the phone? Are they in a meeting? And then once that call is made, is that call going to be billed as an outbound call? So in essence, we're talking about the way Teams Phone is able to communicate with your third-party call center software vendor like NICE CXone, Genesys, or Five9. How do those two applications communicate? Well, my name's Mike Smith. I'm the president of Aerocom. Let's put our heads together on this. But first, if you'd like to know which call center software vendors integrate the best with Teams Phone, don't start Googling it. Reach out and contact me. That's what I do. I'm a broker for all these major vendors out there. I know which vendors your company should be quoting, and I can help you right away. So join the thousands of other IT professionals who have used me to help their company make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. And it won't cost your company anything to ask me questions and use me. So send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to help. More information on what I do at the end of the video. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos that I put out. And also go check out our website, aerocominc.com. You can search Teams Phone vendors and also cloud call center vendors by feature. You can filter them down. You can watch videos on them. You can read reviews on them. You can write reviews on them. All kinds of cool stuff. Go check it out. All right, back to the problem. So what we're talking about here is your company is in the market for a new phone system and new call center software, but you're thinking about Teams Phone for your regular phone system users, and then you're talking about call center software that is going to be different than Teams Phone, because we all know that Teams Phone does not have a good call center software application. So how do those two applications communicate to one another? Because there's definitely going to be times where they have to communicate, like the scenario I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Also, another scenario, say your call center software is receiving all of your company's calls, but some of those calls need to be transferred out automatically from the auto attendant to employees that are sitting on Teams Phone. How does that take place? Are those calls going to be billed to you as they get transferred? Because you're talking about moving a call from one application to another. They're not on the same network typically. So how does that all work? What's the best way to set that up? Well, I've run into this a lot of times. I've worked with a lot of customers over the years, and that is a very, very common setup for medium to large size companies. There's two solutions that I have for you. The first one is to make sure you use a cloud call center service provider who has two-way synchronization with Teams presence. That's a long way of explaining making sure that if somebody is in a call on Microsoft Teams Phone, the person on the contact center software can see that in the contact center software, and vice versa. If someone's sitting on Teams Phone through the Teams app, they can see the presence of the call center software agent, the agent sitting in the call center software. So it's a two-way synchronization with the presence between the call center software and Teams Phone. So making sure that the call center software vendor you use has that ability. The second solution I have for you is to make sure your company for Teams Phone system uses a Teams Phone Operator Connect vendor who can do the following. Number one, provide a SIP trunking connection between them, your call center, your Teams Phone Operator Connect vendor, and your call center software. So for instance, your Teams Phone Operator Connect vendor will say, hey, yeah, we have a direct SIP connection, kind of like a Cross Connect or a direct peering agreement with these handful of call center software vendors. So it means they've already in advance had other customers just like you, and they've gone ahead and set up a direct back office connection between their platform and those call center software vendors. And what that does for you is it means that all the calls, no matter where they're transferred back and forth between Teams Phone and the call center software, are all staying on net. They're on the same network. They're not going over the public switch telephone network, because when that happens, you get billed. So this is a way to ensure that you are not billed for calls being transferred back and forth between the call center software and Teams Phone system. So it's called a direct SIP connection. Some providers call it a super trunk connection, but make sure that they have that. The other thing that I would recommend that you should do that might help you, especially if you have a larger call center, is make sure you use a call center software vendor that allows you to use a third party for your dial tone. They call it BYOC, bring your own carrier. So I know like Five9, Genesys, NICE CXone, they all allow that. So if you want to use them as a software vendor for your call center application, you could tell them you want to do it BYOC, means bring your own carrier, bring your own dial tone carrier for the dial tone for the call center software. And then what you would do is you would use the dial tone from your Teams Phone Operator Connect vendor to provide dial tone for you for the call center software. And it's just a matter of providing SIP trunking for the call center application. What that does for you is, number one, it might reduce your cost, because the Teams Phone Operator Connect vendors a lot of times will give you better pricing on long distance and toll-free and things like that than the Genesyses of the world or the Five9s or the NICE CXones. That'll actually get you better pricing than their dial tone. Their dial tone is typically marked up a little bit because they're a software vendor. They're not necessarily a telecom provider, whereas the Teams Phone Operator Connect vendors are typically, big time telecommunication service providers who are used to very competitive pricing on SIP trunking. So sometimes that's going to get you a better price on your call center software voice traffic. And what it will also do, it will also simplify all troubleshooting when it comes to dial tone. So if you ever have a dial tone issue, you're going to have one dial tone service provider. So you just call them. It's going to be your Teams Phone Operator Connect vendor. That's going to be your dial tone provider. So you're not having to determine, hey, where's the problem? Was that person on our call center software, or were they on Teams Phone? What's the customer service number of that provider? Let's look it up. None of that. It's just you have one dial tone provider. So if there's ever like an outage or a voice call quality issue, you've got one point of contact. So again, to summarize, having your Teams Phone Operator Connect vendor provide all the dial tone, both for Teams Phone system and your call center software. Okay, so that's the best way to set it up if you have Teams Phone system and a large call center and you're like a medium to large size company. That's the way we do it for most of my customers in that scenario. But not everything is perfect. That doesn't work for every single organization. There's small little caveats always. There's little exceptions to the rule depending on what your company needs, what the setup is today, where your locations are at, what your call flow is, all kinds of good stuff. So if you want to know more information on that, don't try to Google it. Just reach out and contact me. If you work for a medium to large size organization, definitely reach out and contact me. That's my sweet spot. That's where my area of expertise is. Send me an email, give me a call. I've been a broker for all these vendors who do this stuff, for phone systems, for Teams Phone, for call center software. I've been doing this for over 20 years. So I know the industry inside and out. And based on your company's requirements, I will tell you which setup you should probably take a look at. Maybe I'll give you a couple different options and which vendors you should quote for those things. I will help you get a great demo set up. I'll introduce you to the right salespeople to work with at those vendors. I will also oversee the quoting process to make sure your company gets the best pricing possible on the vendor of your choice. And the nice thing is, on top of all that, my company doesn't charge you anything for my services. The service providers actually pay me my broker fee. So your company doesn't have to pay me anything. Using me for advice is absolutely free. So there's no excuse not to at least reach out and see what I might have to say. I guarantee you I'll know a couple things that you didn't think about. So send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to help you. Join the thousands of other companies that have used me to help their company make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. All right. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos that I put out. I'll put another one out next week, so just make sure you don't miss it. And then, as always, go check out our website, aerocomminc.com. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.